Hi coaches, and thanks for watching our video with details about our 5K celebration in Woodstock.
We want to thank you for coaching with us this year, so high five yourself. Thank you for being a role model to the girls on your team. You can have the end of the season party as your last practice, or you can have an additional practice after the race is completely finished, the next maybe Monday or Tuesday of the next week. You are allowed to spend $3 additionally per girl for the end of the season party. We will reimburse you for this amount. For speedier processing, you can email Julie McClurg ahead of time at jmcclurg@godernerwal.org. Please include your school name, the number of girls on your team, the amount you spent, your name and mailing address, and she will secure a check for you.
Our 5K celebration event will be held at Woodstock North High School, Sunday, May 18th. Woodstock North High School is located at 3000 Raffle Road in Woodstock. This will be larger than our last several years of 5Ks. We're asking everyone to come early to ensure that they arrive in time for the start. Please explain to your families this is really not a pull up in the parking lot and walk 5 feet to the start line. We are asking coaches to please arrive by 6:15 a.m. I know that's very early. See the blue arrow at the top? Coaches will pull in north of the school and park in our special Coach's Way. It's shown here on the purple line. You as coaches will check in at the purple star in the northwest corner, where you will receive a bag with your Goder Girls 5K bibs and safety pins. We will also have inside the bag face crayons, tattoos, and colored hairspray. You will then proceed into the team village and head to your team area sign. The teams are set up alphabetically, and you can feel free to bring Sharpies to decorate your sign. We have lots of other fun things that are going on inside the team village. Thanks to Turnkey Digital, we have a drone footage view of what the team village looks like from the sky. You can see the girls are all kind of around the perimeter. That's where all the teams are set up alphabetically. And in the center of the team village, you can see tents where we would have some fun activities. Here's another angle of the team village from the drone view. Pay a little bit of attention to the lower left-hand corner where you see a bunch of people standing in line. They're actually standing in line for the porta potties. Even though we have ample number of porta potties, before the race actually starts, there is a line. So you might want to recommend to your families that they allow for plenty of time before the race. Here's a rundown of the 5K day timeline. Coaches will arrive at 6:15 a.m. Girls and parents should arrive by 6:45 a.m. Running buddies must arrive by 7 o'clock a.m. and pick up their packet, which includes their shirt and bibs, unless they picked it up the day before. This allows plenty of time for fun activities that we have planned, and it allows plenty of time to make sure that everybody arrives. For the next hour, you'll have time to decorate with face crayons and Goder tattoos. You'll have time to stretch as a circle, use the restroom, and ultimately find closure as a team. The girls will head to the start line at 8:15 a.m. and we have a short opening ceremony that will be fun for the girls to cheer. The race begins promptly at 8:30. As girls begin the 5K, coaches are free to wander and cheer on the finishers behind the barriers. Check in at the finish line if you would like to hand out medals or be an official photographer. This is an overview of Woodstock North parking. As I said before, you as coaches will pull in where the blue arrows are in the upper left-hand side of the photo. You will be parking in a herringbone way in where we go Coach's Way, and then you'll go to the pink rectangle, which is the team village. The next parking lot to fill up is the white rectangle, which is south of the high school. It has 900 spots for families, which is why we highly recommend carpooling. This is where people with handicap passes will park. The close lots fill up super quickly, so please communicate to Goater girls and families that when the lots closest to the school fill up, the road will close and the cars will be redirected to the government center lot. Those cars will have to take a shuttle to get back to Woodstock North. We have 4 shuttles planned this year, and so there should not be much of a wait to get back, back and forth to Woodstock North. But please stress that everyone should allow enough time. Prepare parents, especially those who have not had a Girl in the Goater program before, that there will be congestion in the area in the morning, so they should plan accordingly. Parents should plan 20 to 30 minutes of commute time to get from the government center to the high school. Make parents aware that the last bus will leave the government center at 7:45 a.m. This is to ensure that all the girls are able to be on site before the 8:30 start. The roads along the race course will be closed and therefore no cars will be permitted near the school. We have communicated this information to the parents as well, but it's just a good idea for you as a coach to double check. Here is the 5K route. As the girls leave Woodstock North High School, they head south on Raffle Road for quite a ways, and then they wind into a neighborhood and then wind back out to Raffle Road and head back to Woodstock North. I'd like to go over a couple of key places for you to know about at Woodstock North High School. The top pink rectangle section is what we call Team Village. The team signs will be laid out alphabetically by school name. Inside the team village, we have several fun stations to make the time pass, including photo stops, a decoration station, and there will be a tent selling merchandise. Once the girls' running buddies arrive, they can visit these stations and also the porta potties shown on the map with the yellow plus sign. For emergency situations, like a lost parent or lost running buddy, we have a command station, which you can see in the gray triangle. This section will coordinate all emergency response plans, safety, and central communication for missing persons, crisis management. This will also be where we have a first aid response station. The info star is where running buddies will come to pick up their packets if they have not done so yet. We recommend that they pick up their packets on Saturday, the day before, so they won't get stuck in the long lines during the morning of the 5K. The next couple of slides gives you a bit of a heads up of what you can be doing with each group of people who will be at the 5K. With your team of girls at the 5K, the first thing you really need to know is that girls will be nervous even though they don't seem to be. So what we try to do is create some structure to the chaos in order to have them have something to do so that takes their mind off of actually completing the 5K. We would encourage you to encourage everyone to use the restroom. Encourage them to leave their parents and come together as a team one last time, bringing their running buddy, who might actually be a parent, into a distanced team circle. As you do one last team circle, we would say it's a good idea to do a cold stretch, do a big group breath. That's very powerful that morning. We also have some other fun activities planned, like a fun bingo game, a place where girls can express their attitude of gratitude. We'll have a coloring spot and a couple of fun photo backgrounds. This is an overview of the start line, showing how full it is. It sort of reinforces why girls must stay with the running buddies. and also that they not line up before 8:10, but head to the start around 8:15. If you have a girl on your team who wants to run the whole time, she and her buddy should head to the front. You can communicate that the girls who want to run and walk should start further back.
So with a very special group of running buddies at the Celebration 5K, we would like you as coaches to kind of help them understand a little bit about what Girls on the Run is about. Perhaps this is their first exposure to Girls on the Run. And it's interesting how many people determine that they want to become a coach after they've become a running buddy for one of the races. Perhaps this is their first exposure, and so explain how we are about mastery climate. In other words, that each girl is going to be doing their best, and not about performance climate, that it's not about beating their teammate or coming in first. Encourage them to have fun, encourage them to be supportive, and encourage them to participate at the Goater Girls' own happy pace. We know that you are the face of Girls on the Run to many of the parents of the girls on your team. They will look to you for guidance on this morning. Encourage joy, encourage support, and encourage calm, as many of the parents might be nervous. This is the opportunity for families to cheer their girl on. Model the mastery climate of encouraging girls to do their best, not a performance climate of outperforming others. Above all, this may be an opportunity to see what Girls on the Run is all about. After your team hits the start line, your job as a coach is complete. You may wish to help us in 2 different VIP spots. You could help us at the finish line, where you will stand and cheer finishers on. You'll hand out medals, and you'll act as kind of a barrier, providing crowd control. You'll be watching for single finishers who possibly have left their running buddies far behind. Sometimes they are disoriented or might need paramedic help if they've pushed themselves too hard. We're also looking for photographers who will take photos of all the girls, not just the girls on your team. It's great when you capture special, wonderful moments of individuals interacting with coaches or with running buddies, not just taking standing group shots. Some photographers might actually not be stationed at the finish line. We might have you stationed at a different spot. We'd ask you to provide all the photos to Girls on the Run by box return. If you prefer to float around, that's totally fine. You just might need to be behind all the barriers, just like a regular spectator. If you do wish to be at the finish line, you'll have a job to do. One of the things that's very important is to watch the girls, and you might see the color drain out of the runner's face. They might look like they're disoriented, and you just want to make sure that they have a clear line to exit this crowd, and if they need to have paramedic help, then you can direct them to where the paramedics might be. If you choose to be at the finish line, please make sure you line up in 2 straight lines, making sure that there's plenty of room in order for the finishers to guide through down the chute.
By giving the girls plenty of room, you allow them to finish strong. Here's a real-life view of what we don't like to see happen. There's the finish line, and then you can see to the right of the finish line, everybody's standing around. We want to make sure that the finish line stays clear so that the runners don't have to serpentine through all those bodies just to get finished. As you can imagine, it takes many volunteers to make this 5K happen. Please ask your significant other, friends, family, and neighbors to see if they would like to volunteer. Parents of Goater girls can also volunteer. Anyone interested would simply need to register as a volunteer and be background checked. We know we can do this safely and with joy. At the finish line, you will see girls completing their goals, and you will see confidence through accomplishment. When our girls cross the finish line, they will receive a medal that not only symbolizes that they have completed the 5K, but also they have completed the whole 10-week program. This equips them to navigate life's challenges, to lead with purpose in their communities and beyond. We are so glad that you chose to be a part of our team, because the finish line is just the beginning. Thank you, and thank you for listening.